Hey horse lovers, welcome back to Free Spirit Equestrian. So we are in need of an Ezzy and of course Belle update. She's just back there at the round bale eating hay. And in today's video, we're gonna do some foal training. You ready, Ezzy, for some foal training? Yeah, you're such a good girl. So Ezzy is 3 months old now, as you know. I can't believe how fast she's growing. She is gargantuan. She's a big girl. She's been doing really well with her, really well with being a goofball. So in today's video, we're gonna be doing some foal training. We're gonna work on leading, and I'm going to introduce her to the concept of tying. And as you know, we are gonna see how she reacts to a bike. And there's a reason why I want to expose her to this. Before we get started with her training, let me show you the bike I got and talk about it a little bit. And then we're gonna talk about how it relates to Ezzy and what we're gonna do today. Okay, horse lovers, I got a new electric bike from Himiway. Look at this. So this is their ocean blue Rambler. I am so excited about it. I've literally never had an electric bike and I've never ridden one before up until I just got this one. So how does this relate to Ezzy and Belle? Look at her. So a lot of you have asked me, what are my plans with Ezzy when she's old enough? Obviously, I'm gonna train her, give her a good foundation, but what do I love to do? I love to trail ride. And what do we come across oftentimes on our trail rides? Bikes. I want to expose her to bikes in a safe, comfortable environment without any training or pressure, and just see how she reacts to them. So obviously the electric bike is a little bit different from a non-motorized bike. So it's gonna be totally different. It's gonna sound different. And I want her to become familiar with that while she's a foal. That way I'm just working with her in an environment that's comfortable. I'm not just shoving it in her face. I'm just gonna ride the bike around in this area so she becomes used to it. You know what I mean? So it'll be really interesting to see how she reacts to the bike when I'm riding it by. Now, I think Belle might be a little freaked out about bikes too, so this will be good for her training as well, because of course, she'll be starting under saddle way sooner than Esmeralda will be. So this is gonna be a fun experience, so let's get started. I cannot wait to see how Ezzy is gonna respond to this bike. So we charged the bike last night with the Samsung battery. The range is supposed to be around 55 miles, which is pretty large, and then other models up to 80. So that's pretty impressive. I think the bike overall looks really cool. It's fancy. I love the color. It's just really neat. But this is my favorite feature. So I guess today is going to be a little bit of a change up. I'm going to trade the horses for the bike ride today. So I'm gonna ride a bike instead of a horse. Let's see how this goes. So before we do some halter training and some tie concept training and grooming with Ezzy, let's see how she reacts to this bike when it's moving. So obviously she's so curious about it. Ezzy is just gonna be in the paddock. We're gonna ride it up and down the aisle and just see what she does. And that way she'll get used to the sound and the motion of it. And then hopefully, if I expose her to stuff in a very soft manner and just a very normal, like we're doing our day-to-day thing, once we get out on those trails in years, it won't be such a big deal if she comes across a bike, because a lot of horses are scared of them. Ezzy, what do you think of this? Is it Esmeralda approved? I'm excited. And it's like a gorgeous color. Maybe she would look good in ocean blue. What do you think? I don't know. That color, like against her coat, looks pretty good. What are your thoughts? Okay, don't chew it. I gotta ride it. Don't chew my seat. Okay, that's a saddle. That's a saddle, but not... Okay, time to ride. I can't ride Ezzy yet, but I can ride this bike, so let's do it. First, what do you think, Ez? Kyle has been dying to ride the bike too. So he's gonna take it for a spin around the block afterwards, and then you'll get to see even more. But let's just ride up and down this aisle and see how Ezzy reacts. Just like a horse, I always recommend that everybody wears a helmet when they ride a bike too, especially an electric bike. This can get up to 25 miles per hour, okay? Horses gallop around 30 miles per hour. They can get all the way up to 50, but think about that, okay? A full speed gallop can be around 30. I mean, that's fast. So wear your helmet when you're on a bike or you're on a horse. At least that's what I would do. So I'm gonna ride this down the hill and see what Ezzy thinks. Girl. It's so fun. Good girl, isn't it scary? What do you think? What do you think? I think she was pretty good about it. I mean, at first when it came by, she was a little like, what is that? But then after I went up and down a few times, she didn't care at all. And I picked up a little bit of speed coming down the hill. And as you can see, it makes a little bit of a noise. So that was really good. She's a very curious filly. And honestly, curiosity is excellent because it shows that she's intelligent and she is willing and she wants to investigate things. You're a smart girl. You like it? So I think we need to get her a halter that matches this bike. All right, Kyle, you want to take it for a spin?
Yes, please.
Show it off.
Let me rip it.
Oh my gosh. All right, Kyle, tell them about the bike because you are a bike expert.
All right, ready to learn about this awesome Himiway bike? I haven't ridden this bike yet, but I did have to assemble it because it came in a box. And I did read the owner's manual. So to power it up, you just press this power button. And that turns on your main screen here. And then you have different modes. So right now it's showing miles per hour. If you press the mode button right here, you can switch that. It'll show you average miles per hour, max miles per hour, min trip, and your odometer. And then the other cool feature about this bike is the pedal assist mode. So right now you can see a big 1 up there. So that means it's in the 1 mode and there's 5 different modes. So that's basically different speeds that represents. I think 1 is around 10 miles per hour. And then as you press this plus or minus button here.
Awesome.
And that just gets activated. As soon as you start pedaling, that activates. And then when you stop pedaling, it stops activating. Or if I just want to go, I can use it kind of like a motorcycle. I can press this button here. And as you can see, it just goes.
Nice.
Just like a motorcycle. So there's 2 different ways you can ride it. Actually 3, because you can just use it like a normal bike if you want to. I think it has about 55 miles range, and they actually sell some that go up to 80 miles range. So that's pretty awesome. 55, I mean, that'll get you about anywhere you need to go.
So would you rather have this or your red roan horse?
I'm a big bike person.
Oh my gosh.
Maybe if it was my color.
Whoa. Look, Ezzy.
She really likes this bike.
She's very interested in it. So see, everybody's like, get Kyle his own horse, but Kyle only rides like how many times a year? Maybe 3 to 6.
Yeah.
On some trail rides. So. He doesn't ever come and ride in the ring, which is totally fine. He is into his cars. He loves bikes, but yeah. So see, he'd rather have this than a red roan draft horse. First, let's do a little more training with Ezzy, and then You can take it for a spin.
Let me adjust the seat so it's not Shay height anymore.
Because I'm 5 foot and you're like 6'1".
Yep.
Just a smidge difference. Okay, let's do a little bit of foal training with Ezzy. Ready to do some training? Cute girl. Okay, let's put your halter on, you good girl. Good girl, Ezzy. Good girl. Very good. Look at you. Her little forelock. We gotta actually pull your forelock through. Okay, let's walk her around real quick. Ezzy and I are just gonna go for a quick walk around the paddock before we go into our grooming session. She has been doing very well with everything I've asked her to do. She is such a sweet little foal, and Belle is super kind as well. I've also been lunging Belle and doing a lot of work with her too, so don't worry, she's getting plenty of attention. So I want to get Ezzy used to the idea of tying, obviously without actually tying her, because her neck is way too fragile to do that. And of course, we're just doing it on her terms. She loves attention, so this isn't that hard for her. You can see here, I'm just draping the lead rope over. It's not connected or tied or anything, and I'm standing right by her at all times, just in case. So during these sessions, I've been grooming her, fly spraying her, picking up her hooves. We'll walk around before or after, or do both, but she's been doing great. So this is her 4th time working on our concept of tie training today. And I'm just gonna brush her up. Girl, you're so pretty. Look how much she's shedding out. It's crazy. She's changed so much. Get under her stomach, get her leg, get her used to all that. Good, I touch her ear. Good, you like that. I kind of will lift her tail so she gets used to that. Good girl. See how I'm walking behind her? I give her a little butt scratch because she loves that. So right now we're standing on uneven ground. The front is a lot lower than the back, so that's why it looks like she has a little bit of curve. Also with her halter, she has outgrown her other halters, and this is the one that fits her. I think in about a week or 2, she'll totally fill out and it'll fit her even better, but it's slightly too big. What a good girl. You try so hard. Okay, let's pick her hooves. Ezzy tries so hard to balance when I'm picking up her hooves. She's such a sweet filly. Now she's had 2 farrier appointments and her 3rd one will be soon. I'll make sure to film that one for you. She was really good for both appointments so far. I'm so proud of her. So mainly for the foals, it's more so about balance, right? They're not trying to pull their leg back or do anything naughty per se. They're just trying to understand how to stand on 3 legs, which they're not supposed to do on a regular basis. And honestly, she's a very patient foal. I've also been working on things like moving away. Good girl, good girl. Because you know, you might have to move them over if you're grooming or tacking up or anything like that. So yeah, I think she's doing great. Is that a lot? I think we're gonna let her go back to her mama because she did super good. Okay. Good job, Ezzy. Good girl, you do so good. You do so good, girlie. Very good girl. Yeah. Very good girl. Look at these fuzzy little ears. All right, time for Kyle to ride the bike. You did good. Good girl.
Another cool feature about this bike is it has this front shock. So it's kind of like a mountain bike. But it has this lockout features which some better mountain bikes have, and right now I have it in the lockout. That's better for like road riding, so you don't really have any shock in the front, so you're not losing that energy. But if you unlock it because you're going down like a gravel road or something, you have some suspension, so that's a cool feature. All right, so I'm going to power it up. It's just in power level 1 right now, so that'll go maybe about 10 miles per hour. It's hard for people to start pedaling a bike or get the bike going. So if you look, I won't even touch the pedals. Like I said, it's kind of like a motorcycle. You can just throttle it and get going.
Whee!
Start it out.
Yeah, it's really good for people who you know, want to exercise, but maybe they don't have like the physical strength per se, this can assist them. You can choose the level of power that you want from the bike. Honestly, this is a solid brand. I mean, it looks really good. It is not cheaply made. It's very, very nice. Whee! Zooming around.
So this bike has up to 330 pounds of payload capacity. So what that means, that's how much it can carry. So this specific model came with this rear rack carrier. So
that's cool.
So you can add weight to this, and then you can also, they had another option to put a front rack.
That is cool.
If you wanted to use this to go to the grocery store, you know, run to town real quick, that would actually be, that's something that I would want to do.
Look at Kyle zoom in. He loves this so much. This is our little town, isn't it cute? We have a tavern right across the street, little party store. There it is. Let's go see what Kyle thinks. So what do you think?
I think I need to get my own. I have a matching pair.
Matching pairs?
Yep.
You look good on it. Yeah, I forgot to ring the bell when I was going by Ezzy.
And again, this is also just like a normal mountain bike. So you still have gears. If you are in pedal mode only, or you want to assist, you can change the gears here just like a normal bike. You have the 2 shift levers here to go up and down.
That's cool.
That'll change gears just like a normal bike.
Nice. It has the tail light and the headlight. That's cool.
Yeah, and if you want to turn the headlight off.
Nice. Pretty fancy. Also, horse lovers, I do have an affiliate link if you are interested in purchasing this bike. I have a unique code that'll give you $60 up to $150 off of this e-bike. So definitely check that out if you've been wanting to get an electric bike. All right, horse lovers, this was definitely a fun training session with Miss Ezzy and riding the bike, something a little bit different. Make sure you like, comment, share, subscribe to the channel, turn on your notifications so you don't miss anything Free Spirit Equestrian, and I'll see you next time, horse lovers.